minute, look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? In reply, how you put up with this song and dance?
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wild card game. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now a play fake here on first down. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now Stafford, flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down, couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll buy some time right. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. A first down carry here for Johnson. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And that's going to be incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Garoppolo to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Glover Quinn. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Glover Quinn came into the NFL as a cornerback, but he's morphed into one of the better safeties in the league, and he just finished this one off with that nice pick.
And Detroit getting set to go now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Here's Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call a sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They run it with McKinnon across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and long. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Being chased out left. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he's brought down after a good gain. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Here's Stafford. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 3rd and 4.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun, Stafford, eluding the pressure right. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, 37 yards. And the Lions add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. the first play of the drive goes to McKenna. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
McKinnon. And some room to work. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
Garoppolo on first down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Stafford. He's going to launch and got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, 75 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Give the tackle to Tease Tabor that time. On second down, here's Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Lions have recovered.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Hey, tag 58 here, tag 58. Hey, tag 50 left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Tag 53. Tag 53.
On second down, Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
21. Hey, go here.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Flush to his right. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Wilson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
21, 21.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. So that'll back them up 5. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. He's to the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
12. Here we go. Black 80.
They'll try and run with McKinnon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And Gold is able to put it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go play action here on first down. Caught right side, Tate. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Stafford now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
22.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Big 20. 21.
The final shot before the break. Stafford throwing deep for Golladay. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Rolling to his right. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
To throw is Stafford. Wilson snags it left side. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Set. Like 80. Like 22.
On second down, here's Stafford. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And down to the 36-yard line here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They go to Johnson again. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
11.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
21.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. They'll roll him out right. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. Back to throw. Stafford. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Back now at Ford Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cliff Averill in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here's Stafford. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Johnson running right through him. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here we go. 21. Omaha, like 22. 0.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Stafford. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Out to the flat for Riddick. And in for the Lions touchdown. Theo Riddick, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions add on to their lead. Prater for the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Black 80! 180!
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Get set!
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Devon Kennard in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
One final try now for Garoppolo. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Their season ends here. A tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.